Her body does not respond to the man who begs for desire. It responds to the man who makes her feel safe, tense, and hungry for more. Folks, this is where most men destroy attraction before it even has room to breathe. They meet a woman they want, and immediately they start performing. They text too fast. They talk too much. They fill every silence. They compliment her body like every other man. They plan too much, give too much, explain too much, and hope all that effort will make her feel something deep. But my friend, she can feel the hunger underneath. A woman does not relax into desire when she feels you trying to win her approval. Her body pulls back when your energy feels needy. Her attraction wakes up when your presence is calm, your life has direction, and your desire has control. She wants to feel your heat, but she also wants to feel that you are not ruled by it. That is the edge most men never master. A Stoic man does not chase pleasure. He creates the conditions for it. He is calm enough for her nervous system to soften, scarce enough for her to miss him, strong enough to keep his standards when her beauty, mood, or silence tests him. In this video, you will learn the 3 pleasure switches most men never satisfy: calm presence, beautiful tension, and silent self-respect. Stay close, because once you understand this, you will stop forcing attraction and start becoming the man her body remembers. Let's get into it. Number 1. Stop trying so hard. Let's be real, folks. A woman can feel when a man is trying too hard. She may not say it directly, but her body knows. His smile is too eager. His laugh comes too fast. His compliments feel rehearsed. His questions are not curiosity, they are fishing for approval. And instead of feeling relaxed around him, she starts feeling pressure. That is where attraction begins to die. Most men think effort creates desire, so they push harder. They send more texts. They plan bigger dates. They buy more gifts. They explain every feeling. They fill every silence, because silence makes them nervous. They think if they just do enough, say enough, and prove enough, she will finally feel the heat. But my friend, desire does not respond to desperation. A woman may appreciate effort, but she is not deeply pulled toward a man whose energy says, "Please choose me." When you try too hard, you stop feeling like a man with a center. You start feeling like a man auditioning for her approval. And no woman wants to feel like she is sitting across from a performance. She wants to feel a man who is present, calm, and already secure inside himself. Think about Warren 52, a software consultant from Dallas. He met Julia, 47, at a rooftop lounge after a business event. Julia was attractive, sharp, and carried herself with that quiet confidence that makes men lean in without realizing it. Warren felt the pull immediately, but instead of staying grounded, he started performing. He complimented her dress twice, then her smile, then her eyes. He told her he never meets women like her. He kept checking her face after every joke, looking to see if she approved. Whenever the conversation slowed, he rushed to fill the space. He told stories too quickly. He laughed too loudly. He kept trying to keep the energy alive, but the harder he pushed, the more Julia leaned back. She did not dislike him, she just felt his hunger. Now picture the same man moving differently. Warren sits back. He breathes. He lets a pause exist without fearing it. He gives one clean compliment and lets it land. He listens instead of trying to impress. He asks questions because he actually wants to know her, not because he is trying to earn points. When she looks away, he does not panic. When she challenges him, he does not fold. He simply stays there, calm and comfortable in his own skin. That is magnetic. A Stoic man does not chase approval. He does not treat attraction like a job interview. He understands that his inner state speaks louder than his words. If he is anxious, she feels it. If he is hungry for validation, she feels it. If he is settled, she feels that too. The first pleasure switch is not about doing more. It is about becoming less noisy inside, less needy, less reactive, less desperate to be seen as impressive. When you stop trying so hard, your presence becomes cleaner. Your voice slows down. Your eyes stop begging. Your silence starts carrying weight. That is when she can relax. And when a woman relaxes around a man who still has strength, tension begins to build naturally. She feels safe but not bored, wanted but not hunted, seen but not pressured. That is the ground where real desire grows. So stop performing, stop selling yourself. Stop acting like her approval is the prize. Bring your calm, bring your standards, bring your life. Let her feel the man, not the mask. If this hit home, write this in the comments: I stop performing. Stay with me, because the next part shows how becoming the calm in the room can make her body soften before her mind even understands why. Number 2. Become her calm. Now listen closely, folks. A woman's body does not relax around a man who is fighting himself. She may smile, she may answer, she may keep the conversation going, but underneath all that, her nervous system is reading you. It is reading your breath, your eyes, your voice, your posture, and the way you handle silence. If your inner world is noisy, she feels it. That is why becoming her calm is so powerful. You are not trying to impress her. You are not trying to entertain her every second. You are not leaning forward like a man begging for approval. You are simply settled, present, comfortable in the space between words. And when a woman feels that kind of masculine calm, something in her begins to soften. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That line is not just philosophy, my friend. It is attraction. Because when you have power over your own mind, she does not have to manage your emotions for you. She does not have to carry your insecurity. She does not feel your hunger pressing against her. She can breathe. Most men do the opposite. They bring tension into the room. They are thinking, does she like me? Did I say the right thing? Should I touch her? Should I compliment her? Why did she look away? What does that silence mean? Their body is sitting across from her, but their mind is running in circles. And she feels that absence. It is like talking to a man who is not fully there. A calm man is different. He listens without rushing. He lets a pause exist without panicking. He holds eye contact without staring like a starving man. His voice does not jump around trying to prove excitement. He does not need to fill every quiet moment, because he is not afraid of what silence might reveal. That calm becomes a container. A woman who lives in a loud world with pressure, attention, messages, expectations, and men constantly trying to pull something from her, notices when one man does not grab, he does not push, he does not perform. He gives her the rare feeling that she can be near masculine energy without being hunted by it. That is where desire begins to breathe. But do not confuse calm with weakness. Calm is not being passive. Calm is not having no opinion. Calm is not smiling through disrespect. True calm has a spine. It is soft in tone but firm in center. If she tests you, you do not collapse. If she disagrees, you do not scramble to match her opinion. If she pulls back, you do not chase the distance like a scared boy. You stay grounded. That grounded energy tells her, I can feel tension and not lose myself. I can desire you and still stay in control. I can be warm without being needy. I can hold this moment without demanding that you reassure me. That is rare, folks. And rare is felt. So start with your body. Slow your breathing. Relax your shoulders. Speak a little slower. Stop checking her face after every sentence. Stop performing confidence and start practicing presence. Feel your feet on the floor. Hear the room. Let your attention be steady instead of scattered. When you become calm, you stop chasing her nervous system. You start leading it. And that is when she feels something deeper than attraction. She feels safety with tension, warmth with strength, and desire without pressure. If this gave you clarity, write this in the comments: I bring calm. Let's keep going, because the next part shows how mastering tension can make silence feel more powerful than any line you could say. Number 3. Master the tension. Let's be real, folks. Most men are terrified of tension. The moment a conversation gets quiet, they rush to fill it. The moment a woman holds eye contact, they look away or start talking too much. The moment the air between them feels charged, they either panic and retreat or push too hard and ruin it. But a man who understands attraction learns to master the tension. Tension is not awkwardness. Tension is energy waiting for direction. It is the pause after she says something personal. It is the silence after your eyes meet. It is the slow space between one sentence and the next. It is the feeling that something is happening without either person needing to name it yet. My friend, that space is where desire grows. Think about Raymond, 55, a private contractor from Scottsdale. He met Denise, 49, at a small restaurant after being introduced by mutual friends. Denise was graceful, smart, and not easy to impress. She had heard every compliment before, and she could sense when a man was trying to win her over. At first, Raymond did what many men do. He talked too much. He told stories, explained his work, asked too many questions, and kept the conversation moving because the quiet made him uncomfortable. Denise was polite, but her body stayed slightly guarded. She smiled, but she was not leaning in. Then something shifted. Raymond noticed himself trying too hard, so he slowed down. He stopped rushing. When Denise told him she had been divorced for 6 years and had learned to enjoy her own company, Raymond did not jump in with advice or some story about his own past. He looked at her calmly and said, "That takes strength." Then he let the silence sit. Denise looked down, smiled a little, and looked back at him. That pause did more than 5 minutes of talking could have done. Why? Because Raymond did not run from the tension. He held it. He allowed the moment to breathe. He gave her room to feel what his words created. That is what most men never learn. A woman does not always need more information. Sometimes she needs space to feel the weight of what is already there. Mastering tension means you do not become a slave to your nerves. You do not laugh just because the silence feels strong. You do not over-explain your compliment. You do not turn every charged moment into a joke. You let the energy stretch just enough for both of you to feel it. That is masculine control. But understand this carefully. Tension must never become pressure. A grounded man watches her comfort. If she softens, stays present, smiles, leans in, or holds your gaze, the tension may be welcome. If she pulls back, stiffens, looks uncomfortable, or closes her body, you give space immediately. A Stoic man does not force desire. He reads reality and moves with respect. That is the difference between confidence and hunger. The weak man cannot handle tension because he needs certainty. He needs her to reassure him, laugh at his jokes, answer quickly, and remove the risk from the moment. But the strong man can stand inside uncertainty without collapsing. He can feel the heat and still remain calm. He can desire her and still not be ruled by that desire. So practice the pause. Speak slower. Let your eyes stay steady. Let silence work for you instead of against you. When the moment feels charged, do not rush to escape it. Breathe. Hold your frame. Let her feel that you are not afraid of the space between you, because the man who masters tension does not chase attraction. He lets attraction rise. If this hit home, write this in the comments: I hold tension. Stay with me because the next part shows how making her miss you can create more desire than constant attention ever could. Number 4. Make her miss you. Now listen closely, folks. A woman cannot miss a man who never gives her space to feel his absence. If you are always texting, always calling, always available, always checking in, always trying to keep the connection alive, you may think you are building desire, but what you are really doing is removing the space where desire breathes. Missing you requires distance, not cold distance, not childish silence, not some fake game where you stare at your phone and pretend to be busy. That is weak. A woman can feel when absence is manufactured. Real absence comes from a real life. A man with purpose does not disappear to make a woman anxious. He steps away because he has work to do, a body to train, friends to see, silence to protect, and a mission that existed before she arrived. That is what makes his absence powerful. Seneca said to be everywhere is to be nowhere. Think about that, my friend. If you are everywhere in her day, in her phone, in her schedule, in every emotional corner of her life, your presence becomes ordinary. And what becomes ordinary loses heat. You stop being a man she anticipates, and you become background noise. Most men hate the gap. They hate the space between messages. They hate the silence after a strong moment. They think if they do not keep feeding the connection, she will forget them. But the truth is, if your presence was strong, your absence does not erase you. It echoes. That echo is the beautiful ache. It is the pleasure of wanting what is not fully possessed yet. It is the little pull she feels when the conversation ended while the energy was still alive. It is the way she replays your voice after you leave. It is the way she wonders what you are doing, because you are not giving her constant updates. It is the quiet tension created by a man whose life does not orbit around her attention. That is why constant availability kills desire. When you answer every message, instantly stay on the phone until the conversation dies, and stretch every date until the energy becomes dull, you are not being romantic. You are stealing the pleasure of anticipation. A Stoic man understands timing. He knows when to show up fully, and he knows when to return to his own world. When he is with her, he is present. His attention is steady. His voice is calm. His energy is masculine and real. But when the moment ends, he does not hover. He lets the feeling live without smothering it. That is how you make her miss you. End the call while there is still laughter. Leave the date while the air still has charge. Do not send 5 follow-up messages trying to confirm she felt what you felt. Let her carry the feeling home. Let her mind finish what the moment left open. And if you want deeper lessons on masculine presence, emotional restraint, stoic attraction, and how to create desire without chasing, consider joining our membership. Inside, we go further than regular videos and break down the habits that separate men who are liked from men who are remembered. So stop being afraid of absence. Stop treating every silence like a threat. Stop trying to prove your interest every hour of the day. Be present when you are present, then return to your purpose with confidence. A woman misses the man whose presence has weight and whose absence has meaning. If this spoke to you, write this in the comments. I create longing. Stay tuned, because the next part shows why revealing yourself slowly can make her want to keep discovering you. Number 5. Reveal yourself slowly. Let's be real, folks. A woman does not stay curious about a man who hands her the entire book in the first chapter. If you reveal every wound, every fear, every plan, every regret, and every private detail too soon, you may think you are being honest. But what she often feels is that there is nothing left to discover, and discovery is part of desire. Most men confuse openness with emotional dumping. They meet a woman they like, feel a little chemistry, and suddenly they pour out everything. Their divorce story, their childhood pain, their dating frustrations, their fears about being alone, their deepest insecurities. They call it vulnerability, but many times it is not vulnerability. It is a need to be accepted too quickly. My friend, real depth is revealed in layers. Think about 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗰𝗀, a landscape architect from Portland. He met Elena, 51, at a small art gallery event. Elena was calm, feminine, and observant. She was not impressed by loud men or fast talkers. She liked people who had depth, but did not need to announce it. Charles had been through plenty: a hard divorce, a business failure in his 40s, a long season of rebuilding. But when Elena asked him about his past, he did not turn the evening into a confession booth. He smiled and said, "I learned that peace costs more than most men are willing to pay." Then he stopped there. Elena looked at him differently, not because he hid from the truth, but because he gave her one honest line with weight and let it breathe. Later she asked, "What did you mean by that?" Charles did not rush. He shared a little more, not everything. He gave her a chapter, not the whole book. That is how curiosity grows. A woman wants to feel there is more behind your eyes, more experience, more discipline, more fire under the calm, more story that she has not earned access to yet. If you give her everything right away, she consumes you too quickly. If you reveal slowly, she stays engaged. This is not about being fake. It is about respecting your own depth. A Stoic man does not throw his inner world at someone just because she is attractive. He understands that access should be earned through trust, time, consistency, and mutual investment. He can be honest without being exposed. He can be warm without being emotionally naked too early. He can share truth without handing over every private room inside him. That restraint creates tension. When she asks about your past, answer cleanly but not endlessly. When she asks what you want, speak clearly but do not sound desperate. When the conversation becomes intimate, do not panic and fill every silence. Give her something real then, let the moment work. Most men ruin mystery because they are afraid she will lose interest if they do not reveal enough. But the opposite often happens. They reveal too much too soon, and the emotional weight becomes heavy before attraction has matured. Let her earn the next layer. Let her wonder what shaped you. Let her feel that your calm came from battles you do not need to advertise. Let her sense that being close to you means entering a world with depth, not opening a file anyone can read. Because the man who reveals himself slowly becomes a story she wants to keep reading. If this hit home, write this in the comments: I reveal slowly. Stay with me because the next part shows why leaving at the peak can make her replay you long after you are gone. Number 6. Leave her wanting. Now listen closely, folks. Most men ruin a powerful moment because they do not know when to leave it alone. They feel the energy rising, they see her smiling, they hear the warmth in her voice, and instead of trusting the moment, they squeeze it until the life comes out of it. They stay on the phone too long. They stretch the date until the spark turns into routine. They keep texting after the conversation has already peaked. They try to get one more laugh, one more compliment, one more sign that she likes them. And my friend, that hunger weakens the effect they just created. A woman remembers what ends while the feeling is still alive. That is why leaving her wanting is not about being cold, it is about timing. It is about understanding that attraction needs space after impact. If you create a strong moment, then keep pushing for more. You turn mystery into noise. But if you leave, while the energy still has heat, her mind keeps the moment open. Seneca said to be everywhere is to be nowhere. That applies directly to desire. If you are always available, always present, always talking, always trying to extend access, you become too easy to consume. And what is consumed too easily stops being craved. A Stoic man understands rhythm. He shows up fully, then returns to his purpose. He gives warmth, then gives space. He enjoys the moment, but he does not become trapped by it. He knows that his presence has value because it is not endless. He knows that silence after a strong moment can do more than another 10 messages ever could. This is where most men struggle because they fear the gap. They think if they leave early, she will forget them. They think if they stop texting, the connection will die. They think if they do not keep feeding her attention, another man will take their place. That is scarcity talking. A man with abundance thinks differently. He knows a good moment does not need to be babysat. He knows that if the energy was real, it will echo. He knows that when a woman goes home, still feeling the last look, the last laugh, the last pause, her imagination begins working for him. That is the beautiful ache. It is not pain. It is anticipation. It is the feeling of wanting the next chapter before the first one has been fully closed. It is the quiet pull that makes her replay what happened and wonder when she will feel it again. So learn the early exit. End the call while the conversation is still alive. Leave the date before it becomes tired. Stop texting before the words become empty. Do not be afraid to say, I enjoyed this, but I have an early morning. We will continue another time. That sentence carries power because it shows two things. You enjoyed her, but you are not abandoning your life to stay inside the feeling. You can desire connection, but you still respect your own rhythm. That is masculine self-command. But do not fake it. Do not leave just to create anxiety. Do not disappear to punish her. If you are sitting at home, staring at your phone, pretending to be busy, Your absence is hollow. Real absence has weight because your life has weight. So build a life worth returning to. Work that demands you, health that matters, discipline you refuse to betray. When you leave because your mission calls you, she feels the difference. If this gave you clarity, write this in the comments. I leave strong. Stay with me, because the next part shows why making access to your world feel rare can turn respect into deeper desire. Number 7. Make access feel rare. Let's be real, folks. If everyone can reach you anytime, your access has no weight. If every woman who smiles at you gets your full attention, your late-night energy, your emotional labor, and your private world, then nothing about you feels rare. You may be kind, but you are too easy to enter. And what is easy to enter is easy to leave. A woman feels something different when she knows access to you is not automatic. Not because you are arrogant, not because you are cold, but because you have standards around your time, your attention, your body, your peace, and your inner circle. She can feel that getting close to you means something. That is where respect starts turning into desire. Think about 𝗪cie𝗺𝗶𝗰, a former college athlete from Nashville who now owns a small fitness studio. He met Claire, 48, at a charity fundraiser. Claire was used to men making themselves instantly available. If she hinted at dinner, they cleared their calendar. If she texted late, they answered fast. If she wanted attention, they gave it. 𝗪cie did not move that way. He was warm with her. He listened. He smiled. He made her feel seen. But when she asked if he wanted to meet the next night, he said, "I would like that, but tomorrow is booked." Thursday works better. Simple. No apology. No nervous explanation. Claire noticed. A week later, she invited him over after a long workday, but 𝗪cie already had a training session and dinner with an old friend. He did not cancel. He did not rearrange everything because an attractive woman opened a door. He said, "I want to see you when I can actually be present. Let's do Friday." That made her feel something most men had never made her feel. His attention was real but not cheap. His interest was there but not desperate. His world did not bend instantly around her mood. My friend, that is rare access. Most men think if they are always available, she will feel safe. Sometimes she will, but she may also stop feeling the thrill of earning a place in your life. A woman does not want to feel like she walked into an empty room where nothing was happening before she arrived. She wants to feel invited into a world that already has movement, structure, and purpose. A Stoic man does not make his inner circle easy. He is respectful to many but deeply available to few. He does not give his best energy to anyone who has not shown character. He does not offer deep commitment to casual effort. He does not hand over his private world just because attraction is strong. This is not about withholding love. It is about protecting value. Access should follow investment. If she brings warmth, she receives warmth. If she brings consistency, she gets more presence. If she brings respect, she gets deeper trust. But if she brings confusion, low effort, or careless energy, you do not reward that with full access. You step back. That is the silent war inside every strong man. The war against giving too much too soon. The war against wanting her so badly that you forget your own standards. The war against making beauty enough when character has not yet shown up. So make access to you feel rare. Keep your routines, keep your commitments, keep parts of your world private until trust earns the key. Let her feel that being close to you is not a free gift handed out to every woman with a pretty smile. Because when access is rare, desire pays attention. If this hit home, write this in the comments. I protect access. Don't go anywhere, because the next part shows why holding your ground with kindness can make her respect you more deeply than agreeing with everything she says. Number 8. Hold your ground. Now, listen closely, folks. A man who changes his mind every time a woman disagrees with him is not being loving. He is disappearing. He may think he is keeping the peace, but what he is really doing is training her to feel that his identity can be moved by pressure. And once a woman feels that, respect starts slipping. Holding your ground does not mean being stubborn. It does not mean arguing just to win. It does not mean becoming loud, harsh, or impossible to talk to. That is not strength. That is insecurity with volume. Real strength is quieter. It sounds like a man who can say, "I see it differently," and stay calm while saying it. That kind of man is rare. Most men collapse their opinions because they fear tension. She says she does not like something and suddenly he does not like it either. She challenges his view and he starts backpedaling. She gives him a look and he starts softening his position. Bit by bit he gives away his identity just to keep her comfortable. My friend, comfort purchased with self-betrayal becomes expensive. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." That lesson cuts deep here. A man who needs every woman to agree with him will never be free. A man who needs to be liked in every moment will keep bending until he forgets what shape he used to have. A Stoic man is different. He listens, he considers, he stays open to learning, but he does not abandon his perspective just because it creates a little friction. He can disagree without attacking. He can hold a boundary without shaming. He can stand firm without turning the conversation into a battle. That is what makes his ground attractive. A woman does not want a man she can walk over emotionally. She may test your opinion. She may push against your view. She may disagree strongly to see whether you still have a spine under your politeness. Not always consciously, but it happens. And when you fold instantly, she learns that your peace depends on her approval. But when you hold your ground calmly, she feels something else. She feels that your kindness is backed by strength. She feels that your warmth is not weakness. She feels that you are not trying to be difficult, but you are also not afraid of standing alone when you believe something. That creates respect. And respect is the soil where deep desire grows. So how do you hold your ground correctly? You slow down. You do not rush to defend. You do not raise your voice. You do not explain for 20 minutes. You simply state your position cleanly. I hear you. I see it differently. Or I respect your view, but that is not how I move. Or I am open to discussing it, but I am not going to pretend I agree when I do not. Simple, calm, firm. The weak man thinks disagreement means danger. The grounded man knows disagreement can reveal character. If she respects your calm firmness, she may be worth more investment. If she punishes you for having your own mind, that is information too. Do not ignore that information. A man without a position becomes invisible. A man with a position becomes felt. And a man who can hold that position without anger becomes powerful. If this gave you clarity, write this in the comments. I stand firm. Stay with me, because the next part shows why putting your mission first can make you more attractive than putting her on a throne. Number 9. Put mission first. Let's be real, folks. A woman does not want to become the entire mission of a man's life. She may enjoy the attention for a while. She may feel flattered when you move everything around for her. But deep down, if she feels that your purpose disappears, the moment she enters the room, the attraction starts losing strength. A man without a mission becomes heavy. He starts needing her mood to feel stable. He needs her replies to feel important. He needs her approval to feel like his day has meaning. And when a woman feels that she has become the engine of a man's life, she does not feel desired in a powerful way. She feels responsible for him. My friend, responsibility is not desire. Think about Andrew, 55, a real estate developer from Phoenix. He had spent years rebuilding his life after divorce. He trained in the mornings, worked hard, mentored younger men in his business, and was slowly developing a small investment project he was proud of. Then he met Caroline, 49, a graceful woman from Scottsdale who had beauty, confidence, and a calm, feminine presence. At first, Caroline was drawn to Andrew because he had direction. He was not chasing the night. He was building something. He spoke about his work with quiet fire. He had commitments. He had discipline. He had a life that felt solid before she arrived. But after a few months, Andrew started slipping. He skipped morning training because Caroline wanted late dinners. He delayed meetings because she wanted more time. He stopped talking about his investment project and started talking mostly about their relationship. If she was distant, his focus broke. If she was warm, he felt alive again. Caroline felt the shift. She did not stop liking him because he cared. She started losing the pull because he moved her above his mission. The man she had admired was slowly becoming a man orbiting her mood, and no woman wants to feel that her attention has replaced a man's spine. Then Andrew caught himself. He did not become cold. He did not punish her. He simply returned to the life that made him attractive in the first place. He trained again. He protected work hours. He made plans with Caroline, but not at the expense of everything he was building. When she asked for a night he had already committed to a business dinner, he said, "I want to see you, but that night is taken. Let's do Thursday." That was not rejection. That was direction. A Stoic man knows his mission is not a hobby. It is the axis of his masculine energy. His purpose keeps him grounded when desire gets loud. It protects him from becoming needy. It reminds him that a woman can be deeply valued without becoming the center of his universe. And here is the paradox. When you put mission first, your attention becomes more attractive. Why? Because it is no longer cheap. It comes from a man who has something to do, somewhere to go, and standards around his time. She feels chosen by a man who is moving, not needed by a man who is empty. That difference matters. So do not surrender your mission for temporary warmth. Do not abandon your discipline because she is beautiful. Do not trade your future for a few hours of comfort. Invite her into your life, but do not erase the life to make room for her. Because the man with a mission does not chase desire. He becomes the fire desire moves toward. If this hit home, write this in the comments. I choose mission. Stay with me, because the final part shows how becoming resolved makes you the kind of man attraction naturally follows. Number 10. Become the resolved man. Here is the final lesson, folks. Attraction is not the goal. Attraction is the smoke. The fire is the man you become when you stop asking the world, and especially women, for permission to exist. A resolved man has made a decision about himself. He knows what he values. He knows what he is building. He knows what behavior he accepts and what behavior makes him step back. He is not perfect. He still feels pressure, desire, disappointment, and temptation. But he no longer lets those feelings rule his hands, his mouth, his schedule, or his dignity. That is what separates him from the man who is still searching for himself in a woman's eyes. Most men never become resolved because they stay addicted to reaction. If she smiles, they feel powerful. If she goes cold, they feel small. If she wants them, they feel chosen. If she pulls away, they feel empty. Their entire masculine state rises and falls with her mood. My friend, that is not love. That is captivity. A resolved man is different. He does not need to perform calm because he has built it. He does not need to fake scarcity because his life is actually full. He does not need to pretend he has standards because he lives by them when it costs him something. That last part matters. Standards that only exist when life is easy are not standards, they are decoration. When you become resolved, the three switches come together naturally. Your calm becomes magnetic because it is no longer an act. Your absence becomes powerful because it comes from mission, not manipulation. Your self-respect becomes attractive because she can feel that you will not betray yourself just to keep her close. This is why a woman can feel you before she understands you. She feels that you are not chasing her body like a hungry man. You can desire her and still stay in control. She feels that your attention has weight because you do not give it away to every woman who smiles. She feels that your silence is not emptiness but depth. She feels that your life is moving somewhere, and if she wants to walk with you, she must bring value, not just beauty. That is powerful, and she knows it. But becoming resolved requires shadow work. You must face the part of you that wants to be picked, the part that fears being alone, the part that overtexts because silence makes you nervous, the part that says yes when your soul says no. Until you face that man, every technique will fail because sooner or later your hunger will leak through. So stop trying to look like the man. Become him. Build the body. Build the mission. Build the discipline. Build the emotional control. Keep promises to yourself when nobody is watching. Leave situations that shrink you. Speak truth without begging to be understood. Love without kneeling. Desire without surrendering your center. A resolved man does not chase attraction. He becomes the condition attraction responds to. He does not hunt for female approval. He builds a life that makes his approval meaningful. He does not ask every woman to confirm his value. He decides his value through action, repetition, and self-command. That is the final switch. Not a trick, not a mask, not a performance for one night. A permanent way of moving through the world. When you are resolved, the world feels it. Women lean in. Men respect you. Silence stops frightening you. Rejection stops defining you, and desire stops owning you. If this final lesson hit home, write this in the comments: I am resolved. Folks, today you learned the 3 switches most men never truly master: calm presence, beautiful tension, and silent self-respect. You learned why trying too hard kills desire, why space makes her miss you, why standards create respect, and why mission keeps your masculine energy alive. But remember this, my friend, attraction is not something you chase. It is something that follows the man who is calm, disciplined, scarce, and resolved. If you want deeper lessons on female psychology, stoic confidence, masculine presence, and emotional control, consider joining our membership. That is where we go further than regular videos. And if this video helped you, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next lesson. Thank you for watching, folks. Stay grounded, stay resolved, and I will see you again tomorrow.